You are not here by accident. There is a quiet force, a subtle pull within your soul that has guided you to this moment, to these words, to this sacred encounter with the hidden manuscript of your own power. You have felt it, haven't you? That restless whisper in the silence of your heart, the unshakable sense that the world you see, the world of struggle, limitation, and fleeting joys, is not the whole truth. It is as if you've been living in a dream where reality seems solid, external, and unyielding, where you are a mere passenger carried along by the currents of circumstance. But deep within, you've always known there is more. You've sensed a key, a codex, a forbidden knowledge that could unlock the gates of a greater existence. And now, you hold that key in your hands. Welcome to the Forbidden Codex, a sacred manuscript not written in ink and parchment, but woven into the very fabric of your being. This audiobook is not a collection of abstract theories or idle philosophies. It is a ritual, an initiation, a breaking of the seal that has kept you bound to the illusion of powerlessness. The moment you chose to listen, you stepped into a transformative act, a deliberate participation in the unveiling of truths so potent they can bend the fabric of reality itself. These truths have been whispered in the temples of ancient mystics, encoded in the parables of sages, and now in our modern age, echoed in the laboratories of quantum physicists. They are not new, but they have been forgotten, veiled by a world that teaches you to doubt your own divinity. The Forbidden Codex reveals that the universe is not a distant mechanical force that happens to you. It is a living, responsive echo of your consciousness, a vast valley that returns to you, the song you sing within your soul. Your thoughts, beliefs, and emotions are not fleeting private musings. They are the notes of a symphony that shapes the world around you. This is the first verse of the Codex. The universe is an echo. From this foundation, you will learn to master the frequencies of your being, to wield the Creator's eye that collapses infinite possibilities into tangible experience, to write with the pen of imagination, to color your visions with the ink of feeling, and to seal your creations with the word of decree. You will decipher the illusion of time, inscribe the glyphs of abundance and love, and ultimately realize that you are not merely the reader of this codex. You are the script itself. This journey is not for the faint of heart. Once the seal of illusion is broken, you cannot unlearn what you discover. The knowledge you are about to receive will forever alter how you see yourself and the world. It will demand courage, for it asks you to take responsibility for the reality you experience. It will require discipline, for mastery comes through practice. And it will call for faith, not a blind belief, but the serene certainty of an engineer who trusts in the laws of creation as surely as she trusts the laws of gravity. Yet with this knowledge comes liberation. You will no longer be a victim of circumstance, a leaf tossed by the winds of fate. You will become the sovereign author of your own epic, the conscious composer of a life that reflects your deepest truth. Let us ground this ancient wisdom in the light of modern understanding. Science, in its relentless pursuit of truth, has begun to echo the insights of mystics. Quantum physics reveals that reality at its core is not solid, but a dance of probabilities shaped by the act of observation. Neuroscience confirms that your thoughts and emotions rewire your brain, sculpting the neural pathways that define your experience. The HeartMath Institute has measured the heart's electromagnetic field, showing it to be a transmitter of unparalleled power, broadcasting your emotional state to the universe. These discoveries are not separate from the spiritual truths of the Codex. They are its modern translation, a bridge between the ancient and the now, affirming that you are not a passive observer, but a co-creator of reality. Across cultures, this truth has been known. In the Vedas of India, the concept of Maya teaches that the world is an illusion shaped by perception. The Hermetic philosophers of ancient Egypt declared as above, so below, revealing the correspondence between your inner state and the outer world. Indigenous traditions from the Aboriginal dream time to Native American vision quests have long understood that reality is a story we tell ourselves, a dream we can shape. These perspectives converge in the Codex, offering a universal truth. Your consciousness is the loom on which the tapestry of your life is woven. Imagine a woman named Maya, living in a bustling city, trapped in a cycle of financial struggle and unfulfilling relationships. She feels the weight of a world that seems to conspire against her, yet something within her refuses to accept this as her truth. One evening, in a moment of quiet desperation, she stumbles upon a teaching that speaks of the universe as an echo. She begins to listen to her inner song, noticing the dissonance of fear and self-doubt. With courage, she starts to rewrite her melody, choosing thoughts of possibility, cultivating emotions of gratitude, and speaking words of power. Slowly, her reality shifts, opportunities appear, relationships deepen, and a sense of peace emerges. Maya's story is not a fantasy. It is the promise of the Codex, a promise you can claim. This audiobook is your guide through 10 chapters each, a verse of the Codex each, a step toward mastery. You will learn to hear the echo of your consciousness, tune the frequency of your soul, and direct the gaze of your Creator's eye. You will wield the pen of imagination, the ink of feeling, and the word of decree to craft a life of abundance and love. You will break free from the tyranny of time and ultimately realize that you are not merely a scribe. You are the living script of the universe's story. Each chapter will offer practical disciplines, emotional narratives, and insights from science and culture to make this wisdom not just understood, but lived. As you embark on this journey, know that you are not alone. The universe is listening, waiting to respond to the song you choose to sing. This is your invitation to step out of the shadows of illusion and into the light of your own power. Break the seal. Open the Codex. Begin the ritual. Your masterpiece awaits. Before we begin this transformative journey, take a moment to click the like button. It helps share this wisdom with others. Subscribe to stay inspired with every new release. Chapter 1. The Echo of Consciousness. You stand at the threshold of a great awakening, a moment where the veil of illusion begins to part, revealing the profound truth that the universe is not a distant, unyielding force, but a living echo of your own consciousness. This is the first verse of the Forbidden Codex, the foundational principle upon which all others are built. The universe is an echo. It does not create its own song. It returns to you, the melody you sing within the silent chambers of your soul. Every thought you hold, every belief you harbor, every emotion you feel is a note in this cosmic symphony, and the reality you experience is the faithful reflection of that inner music. This chapter is your initiation into the art of listening to your own song and with deliberate intention, composing a new one that reshapes the world around you. Imagine yourself standing in the heart of a vast sacred valley, encircled by ancient mountains that rise like silent sentinels. You speak a word, and the mountains return it to you with impeccable precision. They do not judge your words, edit them, or choose whether to reflect them. They simply echo. Your consciousness is the voice in this valley, and your state of being, the sum of your thoughts, beliefs, and emotions, is the song you sing. If your song is woven with threads of fear, scarcity, or doubt, the echo will return. Circumstances that mirror those vibrations, missed opportunities, strained relationships, a life of struggle. But if your song is one of love, certainty, and gratitude, the echo will bring forth synchronicities, abundance, and joy. The universe is impersonal, a perfect mirror, reflecting not what you wish for, but what you are. This truth, though simple, is revolutionary. It dismantles the illusion that you are a victim of a solid external reality. The world is not happening to you. It is responding to you. To become a master of this reality, you must first become a master of the song you sing. You cannot change the echo by shouting at the mountains, just as you cannot change your life by fighting its circumstances. The only place of power, the only point of creation, is the source of the sound, your own consciousness. This is where the initiate begins, not with external action, but with inner awareness, listening to the music already playing within. Your song is composed of 3 fundamental frequencies that intertwine to create your unique vibrational signature thought, belief, and emotion. The frequency of thought is the melody, the notes you play consciously or unconsciously throughout your day. Every thought is a vibration, a cause that sets the universe in motion. A thought of self-criticism or judgment is a dissonant note attracting an echo of conflict or limitation. A thought of gratitude or possibility is a harmonious note tuning you to the universe's blessings. Consider a man named Daniel, who spent years trapped in a cycle of self-doubt, his inner dialogue a relentless critique. I'm not good enough. I'll never succeed. His life echoed this melody with dead-end jobs and fractured relationships. But when he began to consciously choose thoughts of worthiness, I am capable of creating a life I love, his reality shifted, bringing new opportunities and connections that mirrored his new song. Beneath the melody lies the frequency of belief, the underlying harmony that gives your thoughts their structure. Beliefs are thoughts practiced so often, they become automatic truths, programs running in the background of your mind. You may think, I am prosperous. But if your subconscious belief is, I don't deserve wealth, the harmony will be dissonant and the echo will reflect scarcity. Beliefs are the chords of your life's symphony, coloring every thought with their tone. A belief in scarcity creates a minor key, tainting every financial decision with anxiety. A belief in worthiness transforms challenges into opportunities for growth. Changing a belief is like retuning the deepest string of a piano. It requires intention, repetition, and time. But once tuned, it transforms the entire composition. The third frequency is emotion, the volume and power of your song. A thought without emotion is a whisper, barely rippling the valley. A thought charged with emotion is a shout that makes the mountains tremble. Emotion is the fuel of creation, the energy that amplifies your signal to the universe. Neuroscience reveals that emotions are not mere feelings, but biochemical states that shape your brain and body. When you feel fear, your amygdala triggers a cascade of stress hormones, wiring your brain for survival. When you feel gratitude, your prefrontal cortex activates, fostering clarity and connection. A woman named Lila, overwhelmed by anxiety about her future, found her life mirrored her fear, with constant setbacks. By cultivating the emotion of gratitude, starting with small moments like the warmth of her morning coffee, she began to emit a coherent signal, and her reality responded with unexpected support and opportunities. To master this echo, you must first become a listener. The fundamental practice is sacred listening, the art of non-judgmental self-observation. In the stillness of your inner workshop, sit not to silence your thoughts, but to hear them. What is the melody of your mind? Are you singing a song of worry, self-criticism, or complaint? Write these thoughts in a journal not to judge them, but to see the score you've been playing. Feel the harmony in your body. What is the emotional climate? Is there a tightness in your chest, a heaviness of sadness, a flutter of nervousness? This is your underlying chord structure. This act of listening is like turning on a light in a darkened room, revealing the music you've been unconsciously broadcasting. Buddhist mindfulness practices echo this disciplined teaching that awareness without judgment is the first step toward transformation. Neuroscientifically, this aligns with the concept of metacognition, the ability to observe your own thinking, which strengthens your prefrontal cortex, enhancing self-regulation. By listening, you step out of the role of the actor in your life's drama and become the director, observing the script you've been following. This awareness is the first act of power, the moment you reclaim the pen to write a new song. The second practice is deliberate composition. Choose a new melody thoughts that align with your desired reality, instead of, "I want to be prosperous." Declare, "Abundance is my natural state." This is not wishful thinking, but a conscious choice of a new note. To change the harmony, work on your beliefs. If you believe wealth is scarce, practice affirmations like, "The universe is infinitely abundant, and I am its channel." Repetition over time rewires your subconscious, as neuroplasticity studies confirm, creating new neural pathways that support your new harmony. Finally, infuse your song with emotion. Use your imagination to feel the joy, relief, or gratitude of your desire already fulfilled. If your song is one of love, feel the warmth of connection now, as if it were real. This emotional charge is what makes your signal potent, compelling the universe to respond. The third practice is daily rehearsal. Each morning, dedicate 10 to 15 minutes to this sacred act. In meditation, hold your chosen thought, feel its emotion, and embody the state of being of the person who already lives your desired reality. You are not asking or waiting. You are being. This practice, rooted in the science of habit formation, strengthens neural connections, making your new song automatic. Over time, your subconscious learns this melody by heart, and the universe's echo becomes predictable. A young artist named Sophia, once paralyzed by fear of failure, began this practice, visualizing herself confidently sharing her work. Within months, her reality shifted. Galleries noticed her, and her confidence became her truth. This chapter is your invitation to become the composer of your reality. The universe is not a judge or a creator. It is a mirror, reflecting the song you sing. By mastering the frequencies of thought, belief, and emotion, you wield the power to shape the echo. You are not a victim of the mountains, but the voice that commands them. Begin now, listen, compose, rehearse. The valley awaits your song, and the universe is ready to sing it back. Chapter 2. The Frequency of the Soul. You have heard the universe's echo, the reverberation of your inner song, and now you stand poised to tune the instrument of your soul. The second verse of the Forbidden Codex unveils a truth both ancient and cutting edge. Nothing rests, everything moves, everything vibrates. The universe is not a collection of solid objects, but a symphony of frequencies, a ceaseless dance of energy, responding to the music of your being. This chapter invites you to become a master tuner, aligning your vibrational signature with the harmony of creation. Here you will learn to shift from the static of fear to the crystalline clarity of love, wielding the heart's immense power to broadcast a signal that reshapes reality itself. The wisdom of the ancients encapsulated in texts like the Kabbalion declares with resounding simplicity, nothing rests, everything moves, everything vibrates. Modern science, peeling back the layers of matter, has arrived at the same truth. The chair beneath you, the air you breathe, your own body. These are not static things, but whirlwinds of energy atoms, vibrating as waves of probability in an infinite field of potential. Quantum physics reveals that solidity is an illusion, a trick of the senses. Your reality is a symphony, and you are not a passive listener, but a powerful instrument within it, emitting a frequency that dictates what the universe reflects back. Consider the heart your soul's amplifier. The HeartMath Institute's research reveals that the human heart generates an electromagnetic field 60 times stronger electrically and 5,000 times stronger magnetically than the brain. This field, extending several feet beyond your body, is your energetic signature, broadcasting your emotional state to the quantum field. When you feel fear or anger, this field becomes chaotic, a static-filled signal that attracts discord. When you cultivate gratitude or love, it becomes coherent, a harmonious wave that draws synchronicity and grace. Your heart is not just a pump. It is a cosmic transmitter shaping the energy around you with every beat. This truth is not new. In the yogic traditions of India, prana, the life force flows through all things, connecting the individual to the cosmos. Aboriginal cultures speak of the dream time, a vibrational web where every thought and feeling ripples across existence. These perspectives converge on a single truth. You are a tuning fork in the universe's orchestra, and your dominant frequency determines the melody of your life. The initiate understands that manifestation is not about the words you speak, but the music you embody. Two people may affirm, "I am prosperous," but their results differ based on their inner frequency. One, gripped by fear, emits a dissonant signal. The other, steeped in gratitude, radiates harmony. The universe hears the music, not the lyrics. Imagine Elena, a single mother burdened by financial stress. Her days were filled with anxious thoughts, "I'll never make ends meet," and her body carried the tension of fear. Her reality echoed this frequency: unexpected bills, stalled opportunities. But Elena learned to tune her soul. She began noticing moments of abundance, the laughter of her children, the warmth of a shared meal, and cultivated gratitude for them. Slowly, her heart's signal shifted, and her life responded: a new job offer, a supportive friend, a sense of peace. Elena's story is a testament to the power of frequency, a reminder that you attract not what you want, but what you are. To master this verse, you must become a vibrational alchemist, deliberately crafting the frequency of your soul. The first practice is the vibrational audit, a disciplined act of self-observation. Several times a day, pause for 30 seconds perhaps after a phone call or during a quiet moment, and ask, "What is my frequency right now?" Close your eyes and tune into your body. Contraction, tightness in the chest, a knotted stomach, hunched shoulders, signals low frequencies like fear or scarcity. Expansion, a light heart, deep breathing, relaxed muscles, marks high frequencies like love or gratitude. This practice, rooted in polyvagal theory, engages your vagus nerve to regulate your nervous system, helping you identify your state without judgment. Awareness is the first step to transformation, like a musician noting a flat string before retuning. The second practice is the art of transmutation, using gratitude as the master note to harmonize dissonance. When you feel fear or frustration, resist the urge to fight it. This only amplifies the vibration. Instead, shift to gratitude, the most potent frequency in the universe. Find one thing to appreciate in this moment: the breath in your lungs, the beauty of a passing cloud, the memory of a loved one's smile. Breathe into this gratitude, letting it expand from your heart like a ripple across a pond. Feel its warmth dissolve the cold of fear. Neuroscience supports this gratitude, activates the brain's reward centers, releasing dopamine and serotonin, rewiring your system for harmony. In Sufi poetry, gratitude is the wine of the soul, intoxicating the heart with divine connection. By choosing gratitude, you transmute chaos into coherence, tuning your soul to attract grace. The third practice is harmonic immersion, the art of energetic hygiene. Your environment is a resonance field, filled with tuning forks that either raise or lower your frequency. Audit your information diet. Do the news, social media, or conversations you engage in leave you inspired or drained? Curate your surroundings deliberately. Choose music that uplifts, perhaps a playlist of soaring orchestral pieces for courage or gentle acoustic melodies for peace. Surround yourself with people who radiate possibility, not complaint. Clear your physical space of clutter, which holds stagnant energy, and infuse it with living plants or high-frequency sounds like chanting or bells. In many indigenous traditions, such as those of the Navajo, harmony with the environment is sacred, aligning the individual with the greater whole. By curating your environment, you create a vibrational cocoon that supports your chosen frequency. This chapter is your call to become the conductor of your soul's symphony. You are not a passive note in the universe's song, but a powerful instrument capable of emitting a frequency that commands the cosmos. The science of the heart, the wisdom of ancient traditions, and the stories of those who have transformed their lives all point to one truth: your frequency shapes your reality. Begin now. Audit your vibration, transmute dissonance with gratitude, and immerse yourself in harmony. The universe is listening, ready to play your song back in magnificent echoes. Chapter 3. The Creator's Eye. You have tuned the frequency of your soul, aligning its vibration with the harmony of the universe. Now the Forbidden Codex unveils its third verse, a revelation that elevates you from a player in the cosmic symphony to its conductor. Reality awaits the gaze of an observer to be born. This is the quantum observer principle, the sacred truth that your consciousness is not a passive witness, but the active weaver of the tapestry of existence. In this chapter, you will learn to wield the Creator's eye, the force that collapses infinite possibilities into the reality you experience. By directing your attention with intention and feeling, you become the sovereign shaper of your world, no longer bound by the illusion of a fixed external reality. The world you see, its buildings, its people, its joys and struggles appears solid, immutable. A finished story written by forces beyond your control. This is the collective hypnosis of the material world, a belief instilled from childhood that reality exists out there, independent of you. But the mystics of old and the quantum physicists of today converge on a startling truth. The universe is not a completed painting, but a canvas of potential, a quantum soup of probabilities, waiting for your gaze to give it form. At its deepest level, reality is not made of things, but of possibilities. Electrons, photons, the very building blocks of existence exist as waves of potential, until observed. Your consciousness is the midwife of matter, the light that transforms the formless into form. Consider the double-slit experiment, a scientific parable that unveils your divine power. In a laboratory, physicists fire electrons through two slits toward a detection screen. When unobserved, the electrons behave as waves, passing through both slits simultaneously, and creating an interference pattern, a signature of infinite potential. But when a detector is placed to observe which slit they pass through, the electrons collapse into particles, choosing one path and producing a simple pattern as if they were marbles. The act of observation changes reality itself. This is not a mere experiment. It is a sacred text revealing that your focused attention is the force that shapes the dream of existence. You are the detector, and your gaze collapses the infinite into the tangible. This truth echoes across philosophies and cultures. Plato spoke of the world as shadows cast on a cave wall shaped by the light of perception. In Advaita Vedanta, the material world is Maya, an illusion molded by consciousness. Quantum physics confirms this: particles exist in superposition everywhere and nowhere until your observation pins them into place. You do not merely see reality, you co-create it. Your life is not a movie you watch, but a projection you direct with the quantum field as an infinite film reel containing every possible scene. Your consciousness is the projector's light, illuminating the frame you choose to experience. Imagine Raj, a teacher who felt trapped in a cycle of unfulfillment. His days were filled with complaints about his job, his finances, his loneliness, each thought a spotlight on scarcity. His reality mirrored this focused, stagnant career, mounting debt's isolation. But Raj learned of the Creator's eye. He began to shift his gaze, deliberately observing signs of possibility: a kind colleague, a small financial win, a moment of connection. Slowly, his reality shifted. A promotion emerged, debts eased, and friendships deepened. Raj's story shows that what you choose to observe becomes your reality, not because you deny the present, but because you invest your creative power in the potential you wish to manifest. To wield the Creator's eye, you must master the art of deliberate observation. The first practice is the morning directive, a daily ritual to set the intention of your gaze. In the stillness of your inner workshop, before the world's noise intrudes, declare your perceptual mission. Your brain's reticular activating system, a neural filter, naturally highlights information, matching your focus. Without guidance, it defaults to past beliefs or threats. The initiate overrides this by decreeing, "Today I observe abundance in all forms. I see synchronicity and opportunity. My consciousness is a magnet for solutions." This is not wishful thinking, but a command to your neural circuitry, aligning it with your desired reality. Studies in cognitive psychology show that intentional focus reshapes perception, priming your brain to notice what aligns with your directive. The second practice is quantum reframing, the art of reinterpreting your current reality through the lens of your desired future. When faced with a challenge, an unexpected bill, a conflict, a physical symptom, the untrained observer collapses a reality of lack or struggle. The master reframes it. An unpaid bill becomes proof of energy, flowing, a sign that abundance is already on its way. A conflict becomes an opportunity for growth or healing. A symptom becomes your body's wisdom, communicating balance. This practice, rooted in cognitive behavioral therapy, rewires your brain's interpretive framework, shifting from fear to possibility. By withdrawing your attention from the problem and focusing on the solution, you collapse a new reality into being. The third practice is the fusion of observation and emotion, charging your gaze with the heart's power. A cold, analytical focus is like a flashlight with no battery. It illuminates nothing. The quantum field responds to the ardent heart, as the HeartMath Institute's research shows emotions like gratitude create coherent electromagnetic waves, amplifying your creative signal. In your daily meditation, generate the feeling of your wish-fulfilled gratitude for abundance, joy for love, relief for healing. Hold a clear image of your desired reality while bathing in this emotion. Imagine the light of your heart merging with the image, making it vibrant, alive. This fusion, combining the electrical clarity of thought with the magnetic power of feeling, is the most potent signal you can send, compelling the universe to manifest your vision. This chapter is your initiation into the Creator's eye, the power to shape reality with your conscious gaze. You are not a passive spectator, but the director of your life's movie, choosing which frame to project from the infinite reel of possibilities. Science, philosophy, and the stories of those who have transformed their lives affirm this truth. Your attention is your greatest creative force. Begin now. Set your directive, reframe your reality, charge your vision with feeling. The universe awaits your gaze, ready to solidify the dream you choose to see. Chapter 4. The Pen of Imagination. You have awakened the Creator's eye, learning to direct your conscious gaze to collapse the infinite possibilities of the quantum field into the reality you choose. Now the Forbidden Codex unveils its fourth verse, granting you the tool to craft the blueprint of that reality, the pen of imagination. This is not the idle daydreaming of a wandering mind, but the disciplined sacred act of creation, the divine faculty that shapes the formless into form. In this chapter, you will learn to wield imagination as the scribe of your soul, writing the script of your life with precision and power. By mastering this pen, you become the architect of your destiny, no longer bound by the illusions of a fixed world. The untrained mind, hypnotized by the material world, dismisses imagination as childish fantasy, a distraction from the real work of life. Yet every great human achievement, cathedrals soaring to the heavens, rockets piercing the stars, symphonies stirring the soul, began as a vision held in someone's imagination. The Forbidden Codex reveals that imagination is not an escape from reality. It is the workshop where reality is forged. It is the quantum simulator of consciousness, the womb where potential takes shape. Unlike passive fantasy, which drifts without purpose, creative imagination is active, deliberate, and potent, a direct line to the universal mind, channeling divine ideas into your unique experience. Consider the story of Aisha, a dancer who felt trapped in a mundane job, her dreams of performing on grand stages buried under self-doubt. Society told her to be practical, to abandon her fantasies. But Aisha learned to wield the pen of imagination. She began visualizing herself on stage, feeling the spotlight's warmth, hearing the audience's applause. Night after night, she crafted vivid scenes of success, and soon opportunities emerged, a local performance, then a national one. Her imagination was not a flight from reality, but the blueprint for it, proving that what begins in the mind can manifest in the world. The power of imagination lies in its ability to communicate directly with your subconscious, which thinks in images and feelings, not abstract logic. Neuroscience validates this. When you vividly imagine an experience, your brain activates the same neural circuits as if it were happening. A pianist visualizing a performance lights up her motor cortex as if her fingers were on the keys. An athlete mentally rehearsing a race builds muscle memory without moving. When you imagine your desired reality, you are not just dreaming. You are rewiring your brain, creating a memory of the future that your subconscious treats as fact. This is the law of the mental equivalent you cannot experience in reality, what you have not first created in your mind. To wield the pen of imagination, you must follow 4 sacred laws. The first is the law of the end, the art of implication. Never visualize the process, the how, of achieving your desire. Imagining the steps invites doubt as the logical mind conjures obstacles. Instead, leap to the end, crafting a scene that implies your desire is already fulfilled. If you seek a fulfilling career, don't imagine the interview. See yourself a month into the job, receiving praise from a colleague for your impact. If you desire health, don't visualize treatments. Feel yourself running freely, vibrant with energy. This scene, rooted in Native American vision quest practices, where seekers envision their fulfilled purpose, is a declaration of faith in universal intelligence. The second law is the law of the first person, the art of embodiment. The beginner's mistake is to see themselves as a character in a movie creating separation. The master lives the scene through their own eyes. You don't see yourself driving your dream car. You feel the steering wheel's leather, see the dashboard, hear the engine's hum. You don't watch yourself being loved. You feel the warmth of an embrace, smell the scent of your partner. This first-person perspective, supported by research on mirror neurons, makes the experience neurologically real, convincing. Your subconscious, it is happening now. The third law is the law of sensory richness, giving flesh to the ghost. A vague image is a weak command. Before your practice, define the sensory details. What do you see? The colors of a sunset, the smile of a friend? What do you hear? A loved one's laughter, the rustle of leaves? What do you feel? The texture of a contract, the breeze on your skin? What do you smell or taste? The aroma of fresh coffee, the tang of celebratory wine? In many African storytelling traditions, vivid sensory details anchor narratives in the listener's body, making them real. A rich scene becomes a memory your subconscious cannot ignore, as it mirrors the sensory density of real experiences. The fourth law is the law of feeling, the seal of Amen. An image without emotion is a blueprint without life. The goal is to generate the feeling of the wish fulfilled, relief, gratitude, or peace, as if the scene were real now. This feeling, as psychological studies on emotional memory show, embeds the image in your subconscious, making it a directive for manifestation. When you feel the joy of success or the calm of abundance, your body releases dopamine and serotonin, reinforcing the neural pathways of your new reality. In Sufi mysticism, this feeling is the breath of the divine, animating the vision with sacred life. The first practice is forging the perfect scene. In your waking state, define a short, vivid scene, adhering to these laws. If your desire is financial freedom, imagine checking your bank account and seeing a balance that brings relief. Hearing a loved one say, "We're secure now," and feeling gratitude flood your chest. Write this scene in a journal, detailing every sense, ensuring it implies fulfillment. This clarity, as seen in the practices of Olympic athletes who visualize their victories, primes your brain for precision. The second practice is nightly writing, impregnating the subconscious in the hypnagogic state before sleep. Lie down, relax your body, and let your logical mind soften. Gently enter your scene, living it in the first person, with all senses focusing on the feeling of fulfillment. Loop the scene like a lullaby, falling asleep within it. This practice, rooted in hypnotherapy, leverages the subconscious's receptivity at this threshold, planting the seed of your vision. A musician named Leo used this, imagining himself performing to a sold-out crowd. Night after night, he felt the stage's energy, and soon he was invited to headline a festival, his vision made real. The third practice is daily reinforcement, integrating imagination into your life. Throughout the day, Pause to revisit your scene briefly, touching an anchor like your thumb and index finger, to recall the feeling. This supported by habit formation. Research strengthens neural pathways, making your vision your brain's default. Surround yourself with visual cues, a picture evoking your scene's emotion, a quote affirming your power, to keep your imagination active. In many Eastern traditions, such as Tibetan visualization practices, these anchors maintain focus on the divine vision. This chapter hands you the pen of imagination, the tool to write your life's script. You are not a dreamer escaping reality, but a scribe crafting it as ancient myths of creation, from Egyptian gods imagining the world to Aboriginal Dreamtime stories, attest. Science confirms your power. Your brain builds reality from the images you hold. Begin now. Forge your scene. Write it nightly. Reinforce it daily. The universe awaits the blueprint you draw, ready to manifest the story you choose to tell. Chapter 5. The Ink of Feeling. You have taken up the pen of imagination, crafting vivid blueprints of your desired reality in the workshop of your mind. Now, the Forbidden Codex unveils its fifth verse, revealing the sacred fuel that brings those blueprints to life, the ink of feeling. Emotion is not a fleeting sensation or a chaotic force to be suppressed. It is the vibrant magnetic essence that transforms your visions into reality. In this chapter, you will learn to wield emotion as the alchemical fire of creation, painting your inner scenes with the golden hues of gratitude, joy, and love. By mastering this ink, you become not just the scribe, but the artist of your soul, coloring your life with the frequencies that compel the universe to respond. The rational mind, trained in the logic of the material world, often dismisses emotion as unreliable, a distraction from clear thinking. Yet the initiate of the Codex knows a profound truth. Emotion is the lifeblood of manifestation. A thought without feeling is a lifeless sketch, a blueprint without substance. An image without emotion is a seed planted in barren soil. Emotion is the energy that animates your creations, the magnetic signal that resonates with the universe's infinite field. As the HeartMath Institute's research reveals, your heart generates an electromagnetic field thousands of times stronger than your brain's broadcasting your emotional state to the quantum field. This field is your true voice, singing to the cosmos with every heartbeat. This truth echoes through spiritual traditions. In Sufi poetry, emotion is the wine of the divine, intoxicating the soul with connection to the source. In Taoist philosophy, emotions like joy align the individual with the flow of the Tao, the universal current. Science supports this wisdom. Emotions are biochemical events shaping your brain and body. Fear triggers cortisol, wiring you for survival. Gratitude releases dopamine and serotonin, fostering coherence and growth. Your emotional state is your vibrational signature, determining what the universe reflects back. A thought of abundance paired with fear broadcasts scarcity. The same thought infused with gratitude sings of plenty. Consider Priya, a nurse who felt trapped in a cycle of exhaustion and disconnection. Her days were colored by frustration, her body heavy with resentment. Her reality mirrored this: conflicts at work, strained relationships. But Priya discovered the ink of feeling. She began cultivating gratitude, starting with small moments, the smile of a patient, the warmth of her tea. Each night she visualized her ideal life, feeling the joy of meaningful connections. Her heart's signal shifted, and her reality followed a new role, brought fulfillment, and friendships deepened. Priya's story shows that emotion is the fuel that powers manifestation, turning dreams into lived experience. Not all emotions are equal in their creative power. The Codex distinguishes between two categories: emotions of lack and emotions of wholeness. Emotions of lack, longing, need, hope are born from the perception of absence. Longing for love vibrates with its absence, pushing it away. Need clings desperately, repelling what it seeks. Hope, though seemingly positive, admits doubt, whispering of possible failure. These shadow inks create resistance, keeping your desires at a vibrational distance. Emotions of wholeness. Gratitude, relief, love are the golden inks of the master. They resonate with the frequency of fulfillment, signaling that your desire is already yours. Gratitude is the universe's amen, a declaration of receipt. Relief is the exhale of a struggle ended. Love is the harmonious force that aligns you with the cosmos itself. To wield this ink, you must master 3 practices. The first is the somatic door, using your body as an alchemical instrument. Emotion lives in the flesh, not just the mind. Low vibration emotions like fear produce shallow, rapid breathing, a signal of threat. High vibration emotions like joy are tied to deep, diaphragmatic breathing, the rhythm of calm. Begin with the breath of expansion. Inhale slowly, feeling your abdomen rise. Exhale gently, signaling safety to your vagus nerve. This, as polyvagal theory explains, shifts your nervous system from stress to coherence, preparing your body for creation. Next, adopt the power pose. Stand tall, shoulders, back, chin, slightly raised, embodying confidence. Research by Amy Cuddy shows this posture boosts testosterone and reduces cortisol, rewiring your biochemistry for power. By changing your physiology, you change your psychology, opening the door to elevated emotions. The second practice is the resonance chamber of memory, drawing golden ink from your past. Your history is a vault of emotional frequencies you can access at will. To evoke the feeling of triumph, scan your memories for a pure moment of success, winning a race, acing an exam, or even the joy of a child's laughter. Don't just recall it, relive it in the first person. See the scene, hear the sounds, feel the rush in your body. Then let go of the story, but hold the feeling, distilling its essence. Project this emotion onto your vision of the future, as if it were already real. This practice, rooted in psychological techniques like memory reconsolidation, rewires your brain to associate your vision with familiar joy, making it inevitable. A teacher named Malik used this, reliving the pride of a student's breakthrough, to fuel his vision of leading a school. His reality soon reflected this confidence, bringing new opportunities. The third practice is the catalyst of art, using your environment to amplify emotion. Sound and image are powerful shortcuts to shift your frequency. Create playlists tailored to your desired states, epic orchestral music for courage, soft melodies for gratitude. In many cultures, such as Balinese rituals, music is a sacred tool for aligning with divine frequencies. Craft an emotional vision board, not of objects, but of feelings. Choose images that evoke freedom, peace, or joy: a sunrise, a laughing child, a tranquil forest. Place this board where you see it daily, using it as a tuning fork to recalibrate your heart. By curating your environment, you create a vibrational cocoon that sustains your golden ink. This chapter is your call to paint with the ink of feeling, to infuse your visions with the vibrant colors of wholeness. You are not a passive feeler, but an alchemist, transforming the raw energy of emotion into the magnetic force of creation. Science, spirituality, and the stories of those who have shifted their lives affirm this. Your heart's frequency is your greatest power. Begin now, Open the somatic door. Draw from the resonance chamber. Catalyze with art. The universe awaits the colors you choose, ready to reflect the masterpiece of your soul. Chapter 6. The Word of Decree. You have painted your inner visions with the golden ink of feeling, infusing them with the magnetic power of emotion. Now, the Forbidden Codex unveils its 6th verse, granting you the final tool to seal your creations, the Word of Decree. Your voice is not a mere instrument of communication. It is a magic wand, a crystalline vibration that shapes the formless substance of the universe. In this chapter, you will learn to wield the spoken word as a sovereign command, transforming thoughts and feelings into tangible reality. By mastering the art of decree, you become the magician of your own epic casting spells that the cosmos cannot ignore. Across ancient traditions, the power of the word is revered as the spark of creation. In the Gospel of John, it is written, "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God." In Hinduism, the sacred syllable Om is the primordial vibration from which all existence flows. The Aramaic term abracadabra, often trivialized, means "I create as I speak." These are not myths, but instruction manuals for the physics of consciousness. Your words are not passive descriptions of reality. They are active forces, sculpting the energy of the quantum field into form. A thought is potential. An emotion is energy in motion. But a spoken word is that energy crystallized, a decree that commands the universe to respond. Consider the neurological power of speech. When you think an affirmation, you activate specific neural networks. When you speak it, you engage Broca's area for speech production, the motor cortex for articulation, and the auditory cortex as you hear your own voice. This multisensory loop, as neuroscience confirms, imprints the idea deeper into your brain, making it a directive your subconscious takes seriously. Vibrationally, your words are sound waves that resonate through your body, 70% water and beyond, shaping your energy field. Cymatics experiments show sound, creating intricate patterns in water, mirroring how your spoken decrees sculpt your being's geometry. Subconsciously, your voice is the ultimate authority, reprogramming old beliefs with new truths when spoken with conviction. Imagine Sarah, a small business owner trapped in self-doubt, her inner dialogue a litany of "I'm not good enough." Her reality echoed this struggling sale's constant setbacks. But Sarah learned the power of decree. She began speaking, "I am a magnet for success and abundance," with feeling in front of a mirror each morning. Her voice rewired, her brain calmed her nervous system, and shifted her reality. Clients, multiplied opportunities, flowed. Sarah's story shows that words, when charged with emotion, are spells that reshape the world. The most potent decree is the sacred formula "I am." In Judeo-Christian tradition, God declares "I am," that I am invoking pure existence. In Vedanta, the Atman is the I am of universal consciousness. When you say "I am," you speak as a divine creator, declaring your identity to the subconscious, which accepts it as fact. Misused, this power limits you. "I am clumsy" manifests accidents. "I am broke" creates scarcity. The master guards these words fiercely, refusing to attach them to anything less than their desired truth, and uses them deliberately to forge a new reality. To wield the word of decree, follow 4 laws. The first is the law of the present, anchoring your words in the eternal now. The subconscious knows only the present, saying "I will be" places your desire in an unreachable future. Declare "I am radiant health," now, not "I will be healthy." The second is the law of positivity. The subconscious ignores negatives. Saying "I don't want debt" evokes debt. Instead, decree I am abundant and free. The third is the law of emotion. A decree without feeling is empty. Before speaking, evoke the emotion of your wish-fulfilled relief, gratitude, joy, then let your words flow from that state. The fourth is the law of conviction. Speak with the certainty of an engineer trusting a universal law. Your tone is not pleading, but commanding, serene in its authority. The first practice is the morning decree, setting the day's tone. After meditation, stand and declare your truth. I am an open channel for infinite abundance. Repeat it with feeling, letting it resonate through your body. This, rooted in speech-act theory, performs your reality into being. In many cultures, like the Maori Haka, spoken words invoke power before action. The second practice is the mirror ritual. Stand before a mirror, look into your eyes, and speak to your divine self, I am unstoppable confidence. This act, akin to self-hypnosis, bypasses the critical mind, embedding the decree in your subconscious. The third practice is the written decree. In a journal, write your affirmations as a sacred act, the ink anchoring your words in the physical world. In ancient Egypt, writing was a divine act, sealing intentions into reality. This chapter is your call to wield the word of decree, to speak as the creator you are. Science, spirituality, and the stories of those who have transformed their lives affirm this. Your voice is a magic wand, shaping reality with every syllable. Begin now, declare in the morning. Speak to your reflection. Write your truth. The universe awaits your command, ready to crystallize your words into the world you choose. Chapter 7. Deciphering Time. You have spoken your decrees, sealing your visions with the power of your voice. And now, the Forbidden Codex unveils its 7th verse, a revelation that shatters one of the greatest illusions binding humanity, the tyranny of linear time. We are taught to see existence as a straight line, a past that weighs us down, a fleeting present we barely grasp, and a future we chase or fear. This perception traps us in regret, anxiety, and waiting, robbing us of our creative power. In this chapter, you will learn to see time not as a line, but as a field, a multi-dimensional library where all possibilities coexist in the eternal now. By mastering the art of revision, assumption, and surrender, you become the sovereign librarian of your reality, choosing the story you live moment by moment. The belief in linear time is a silent jailer, conditioning us to view the past as an unchangeable burden and the future as a distant destination. We say, I am this way because of what happened, letting old wounds dictate our present. We pin happiness to future milestones. I'll be fulfilled when I achieve this, rendering the present a mere bridge to an elusive goal. Yet mystics and modern physicists converge on a liberating truth. Time is an illusion of perception. The 20th century metaphysical teacher Neville Goddard taught that creation is finished. All possible realities, from your greatest triumphs to your deepest failures, already exist as vibrational potentials in the quantum field. Theoretical physics echoes this with the block universe theory, positing that past, present, and future coexist in a four-dimensional continuum like frames on a film reel, each as real as the others. Imagine your life as an infinite library, each book a complete story of a possible reality. There is a book of your life in poverty, and one in unimaginable wealth, a book of loneliness, and one of profound love. Your consciousness is the librarian, choosing which book to pull from the shelf. Your current reality is not fixed. It is the book you are reading, illuminated by the light of your attention. Regret is futile. You cannot rewrite a book already read, but you are not condemned to reread it. Anxiety is unnecessary. The book of your success already exists, waiting for your focus. The present moment is your only point of power, the reading room where you select the story you live. Consider Anika, a woman haunted by a past betrayal that colored her relationships with distrust. She lived in fear of future heartbreak, her present a tense waiting game. But Anika learned to decipher time. She revised her past, reframing the betrayal as a lesson in self-love, and assumed the feeling of being cherished now. Her reality shifted, new trusting relationships emerged, and her heart found peace. Anika's story shows that time is not your master. It is your canvas, and your consciousness is the brush. The first practice is the alchemical art of revision, healing the past's vibrational hold. The past is not a fixed event, but a memory emitting a frequency that shapes your present. Revision does not deny facts, but transforms their meaning. In the hypnagogic state before sleep, relax your body and choose a painful memory, a failed project, a hurtful argument. Play it once in your mind, observing without judgment. Then rewind to the moment before it went wrong and rewrite the scene. The project succeeds. The argument becomes a loving exchange. Loop this revised scene, infusing it with joy or relief until it feels more real than the original. Fall asleep in this new story. This practice, akin to memory reconsolidation in neuroscience, replaces the old emotional charge with a new one, freeing you from its grip. In many shamanic traditions, such as those of the Andes, revising past stories is a sacred act of soul retrieval, restoring wholeness. The second practice is the assumption of the future in the now, embodying your desired reality. Instead of chasing a future, you select it from the library of possibilities and live it today. In meditation, choose a vivid scene implying your desire's fulfillment, signing a contract for your dream job, feeling the embrace of a loving partner. Immerse yourself in the sensory details, the weight of the pen, the warmth of the hug. Most crucially, bathe in the emotion, gratitude, peace, joy, as if it is real now. Have inner conversations as the person who lives this reality. I'm so grateful for this freedom. This practice, rooted in quantum mechanics' idea of selecting probability waves, tunes your frequency to the desired book, collapsing it into your experience. A man named Javier used this, assuming the confidence of a successful entrepreneur. Within months, his business flourished, mirroring his inner state. The third practice is detachment from the clock, trusting in divine timing. Obsession with when is doubt in disguise, a vibration that delays manifestation. After planting your vision, enter the mental Sabbath, a state of active patience. Trust the universe's intelligence to orchestrate the bridge of events that lead naturally to your desire. This trust, akin to the Taoist principle of wu-wei, effortless action, allows you to live with serene expectation, not anxiously scanning for signs. Science supports. This flow states where effort dissolves into intuition, enhance creativity, and synchronicity. Like a farmer who sows seeds and trusts the harvest, you tend your life with confidence, knowing the universe will deliver in perfect time. This chapter liberates you from time's tyranny. You are not a prisoner of a linear track, but the chooser of infinite stories. Science, spirituality, and the lives of those who have rewritten their realities affirm this. The present is your portal of power. Begin now. Revise your past. Assume your future, surrender to divine timing. The library of existence awaits your selection, ready to unfold the book you choose to read. Chapter 8. The Glyph of Abundance. You have freed yourself from the illusion of linear time, stepping into the eternal now as the sovereign chooser of your reality's story. Now the Forbidden Codex unveils its 8th verse, guiding you to inscribe a sacred symbol on the parchment of your soul, the Glyph of Abundance. The untrained mind chases money as if it were the substance of wealth, mistaking the shadow for the source. But abundance is not a pile of coins or numbers on a screen. It is a state of consciousness, a radiant inner frequency that draws prosperity as naturally as the sun draws flowers to bloom. In this chapter, you will learn to erase the anti-glyph of poverty and draw the golden lines of abundance, transforming your reality into a reflection of limitless flow. The pursuit of money as an external prize is a trap, like chasing the costume instead of embodying the character. Money is the glyph, the visible echo of an inner state. True wealth is the consciousness of sufficiency, security, and freedom, a vibration that the universe mirrors, with opportunities, resources, and synchronicities. The initiate's work is not to earn, but to transmute, turning the lead of scarcity into the gold of prosperity. This alchemy begins by deciphering the anti-glyph of poverty consciousness, a spell woven from 4 distorted strokes: scarcity, unworthiness, struggle, and fear. By neutralizing these and inscribing a new symbol, you become a magnet for abundance. The first stroke of poverty consciousness is scarcity, the belief in a zero-sum universe where resources are limited. This perception, rooted in evolutionary survival instincts, turns life into a competition where another's gain is your loss. It breeds envy, hoarding, and guilt for desiring more, as if your abundance deprives others. Economic psychology confirms this scarcity mindset narrows focus, fostering anxiety and short-term thinking. The second stroke is unworthiness, the poison whispering, "I don't deserve wealth." This belief, often inherited from childhood messages, sabotages success, causing you to reject opportunities or squander gains to return to a safe state of lack. The third stroke is struggle, the conviction that wealth requires pain and sacrifice. This industrial age myth equates worth with exhaustion, blinding you to the effortless flow of creation. The final stroke is fear of loss, responsibility, judgment, or corruption, guarding the fortress of scarcity with anxiety. Consider Maya, a graphic designer trapped in a cycle of just enough income. She believed money was scarce, felt unworthy of success, worked grueling hours, and feared wealth would alienate her loved ones. Her reality echoed this low-paying client's burnout isolation. But Maya learned to rewrite her glyph. She began noticing abundance around her, affirming her worth, embracing joyful work, and releasing fear. Her reality shifted higher. Paying projects flowed, her energy soared, and relationships deepened. Maya's story shows that abundance is not found. It is cultivated within, and the universe reflects it faithfully. The first practice is the transmutation of the elements, neutralizing the anti-glyph, using the Codex's earlier verses. Begin with the echo of abundance, applying the first verse. Catch thoughts of scarcity, "I can't afford this," and perform a 3-step process. Identify the thought without judgment, neutralize it with a deep breath, and replace it with a truth, like "My supply is infinite, and all my needs are met." This mental hygiene, rooted in cognitive behavioral therapy, rewires your neural pathways. Next, transmute the frequency of fear into wealth's resonance, using the second verse. Ask, "How would I feel if all my needs were met?" Evoke peace or freedom, using a past memory of security, like a moment of financial relief, to anchor the feeling. Touch your thumb and index finger to recall this vibration throughout the day. Finally, shift the creator's eye per the third verse with the Abundant Safari Protocol. Daily seek 20 examples of abundance: the leaves on a tree, the smiles in a crowd, retraining your reticular activating system to see plenty as indigenous cultures like the Maori do. in their reverence for nature's bounty. The second practice is the inscription of the new glyph, a ritual to draw abundance in your soul's workshop. Start by preparing the parchment. Breathe deeply and adopt a power pose to calm your nervous system. As neuroscience shows, this reduces stress hormones. Next, forge a vivid scene with the pen of imagination, implying your prosperity is fulfilled. Don't visualize money itself. Focus on the feeling of wealth. See yourself donating generously to a cause, feeling the warmth of giving, or walking through a store with sovereign calm, knowing you need nothing. Imbue this scene with the ink of feeling relief, freedom, security, gratitude, as if it is real now. Finally, seal it with a decree. Stand before a mirror and proclaim, "I am an irresistible magnet for divine prosperity. Wealth flows to me in perfect ways." This ritual, echoing ancient Egyptian practices of inscribing sacred intentions, anchors your vision in the subconscious and the quantum field. The third practice is the cultivation of abundant action, aligning your daily life with this new glyph. Act as if abundance is your reality. Make decisions from confidence, not fear. Share generously, whether time or resources, as many Eastern traditions teach that giving opens the flow of receiving. Seek opportunities that align with your joy, not struggle, trusting that value flows effortlessly when you follow your purpose. Studies on flow states show that joyful action enhances creativity and attracts synchronicities. A farmer named Chen transformed his struggling farm by acting from abundance, sharing crops, trusting new methods, and saw his yields and community thrive. This chapter is your call to inscribe the glyph of abundance, to shift from chasing symbols to embodying the substance of prosperity. Science, spirituality, and the stories of those who have rewritten their realities affirm this. Your consciousness is the source of wealth. Begin now. Transmute the anti-glyph. Inscribe the new symbol. Act from abundance. The universe awaits your radiant frequency, ready to reflect a life of limitless flow. Chapter 9. The Harmony Bond. You have inscribed the glyph of abundance, aligning your consciousness with the limitless flow of the universe. Now the Forbidden Codex unveils its 9th verse, guiding you to forge the sacred bond of love, not as a fleeting emotion or external prize, but as the eternal harmony of your being. The world teaches that love is found in another, a better half, to complete you, or a conditional transaction earned through effort. This is a myth, a distortion that breeds longing and separation. True love is an inner state, a vibration of wholeness that radiates from within, attracting relationships that mirror your divine essence. In this chapter, you will learn to cultivate the harmony bond, becoming a beacon of love that transforms your connections and your reality. The illusion of separation lies at the heart of every broken relationship. We are taught to seek love outside ourselves, chasing a soulmate to fill an imagined void. This belief, rooted in cultural stories like romantic fairy tales, creates a frequency of lack, longing, neediness, or fear of loss that repels the very connection we crave. The Forbidden Codex reveals that love is not something you get. It is something you are. Like the sun that shines without needing to be warmed, you are the source of love, complete in your essence. When you embody this state, your relationships, romantic, familial, or platonic, become reflections of your inner harmony, free from dependency or control. This truth is echoed across wisdom traditions. In Taoist philosophy, love is the natural flow of yin and yang, a balance that begins within. The Christian mystic Julian of Norwich wrote, "All shall be well, affirming love as the underlying order of existence." Attachment theory in psychology reveals that secure relationships stem from an inner sense of safety, not external validation. When you vibrate with self-love, your heart's electromagnetic field, as HeartMath research shows, becomes coherent, broadcasting a signal that attracts others who resonate with this harmony. Love is not a transaction. It is a resonance, a shared frequency that aligns souls in effortless unity. Consider Elena, a woman who spent years seeking love in relationships that left her drained. She believed she needed a partner to feel whole, her inner dialogue, one of inadequacy, I'm not enough. Her reality mirrored this. Partners who reflected her doubts, connections that faded. But Elena learned to forge the harmony bond. She began cultivating self-love, speaking kindly to herself, and visualizing herself as cherished. Her relationships transformed, new friends appeared, and her existing bonds deepened. Elena's story shows that love begins within, and the universe reflects it back in radiant connections. The first practice is the inner marriage, uniting the self with its divine essence. Begin by revising the myth of incompleteness, using the 7th verse's art of revision. In meditation, recall a moment of feeling unloved or unworthy. Observe it without judgment, then rewrite it. Imagine yourself bathed in unconditional love, perhaps by a divine light or a younger version of yourself offering forgiveness. Feel the warmth of acceptance. This practice, akin to inner child work in psychology, heals old wounds, rewiring your nervous system for self-worth. Next, use the pen of imagination to craft a scene of being loved, not by another, but as your natural state. See yourself walking with radiant confidence, hearing kind words from others, feeling peace in your heart. Infuse this with the ink of gratitude, sealing it with the decree, I am love, and love flows through me. In many Buddhist practices, metta loving-kindness meditation begins with self-love, recognizing it as the foundation of all connection. The second practice is the harmonic mirror, aligning your relationships with your inner state. The people in your life are reflections of your frequency, not random players. If you encounter conflict, ask, what in me is this mirroring? A critical partner may reflect your own self-judgment. A distant friend may echo your fear of vulnerability. Use the Creator's eye to observe these relationships differently. See the partner as loving, the friend as open. Speak to them in your mind as if they already embody these qualities, saying, I'm grateful for your support. This, rooted in the Pygmalion effect, where expectations shape outcomes, shifts your perception and often their behavior. A teacher named Aisha used this, imagining her difficult colleague as collaborative. Over weeks, their dynamic softened, reflecting her new vision. The third practice is the resonance of giving, cultivating love through action. Love is a verb expressed in small intentional acts, listening fully, offering a kind word, or forgiving a slight. These actions, as indigenous traditions, like the Lakota's concept of mitakuye oyasin, all are related, teach, ripple through the web of life, amplifying your frequency. Each day, perform one act of love without expecting return. Smile at a stranger, help a coworker, nurture yourself with rest. Studies on altruism show that giving boosts oxytocin, the love hormone, enhancing your sense of connection. By giving love freely, you affirm its infinite supply within you, attracting relationships that mirror this generosity. This chapter is your call to forge the harmony bond, to embody love as your natural state. Science, spirituality, and the stories of those who have transformed their connections affirm this. You are the source of love, and your relationships are its echo. Begin now. Marry your inner self, mirror harmony. In others, give love freely. The universe awaits your radiant vibration, ready to reflect a world alive with connection. Chapter 10. The scribe becomes the script. You have forged the harmony bond, radiating love as the source of your connections. And now, the Forbidden Codex unveils its 10th and final verse, the culmination of your initiation. You are not merely the scribe wielding the tools of creation. You are the script itself, the illusion of separation. The belief that you are a fragment adrift in a vast universe dissolves in this revelation. You are the living embodiment of the Codex, a fractal of divine consciousness, writing the story of existence with every thought, feeling, and action. In this chapter, you will learn to live as the script, embracing unconditional peace, effortless action, and playful creation, becoming a radiant channel for the universe's infinite potential. The journey through the Codex has stripped away the veils of illusion, the myth of a solid reality, the tyranny of time, the chase for external love or wealth. Each verse has revealed a deeper truth, building to this final realization. There is no separation between you and the universe. You are not a drop in the ocean. You are the ocean in a drop, as the Sufi poet Rumi taught. The quantum field, the infinite library of possibilities, is not outside you. It is you expressed through your consciousness. Every thought you think, every emotion you feel, every word you speak is a stroke of the divine pen, writing the script of reality on the parchment of existence. This truth is the heart of non-dual philosophies, like Advaita Vedanta, which declares, "Thou art," that you are the ultimate reality, the source of all creation. Neuroscience echoes this in the concept of flow states, where the boundaries between self and world blur, and you act with effortless precision, as if the universe moves through you. The HeartMath Institute's research shows that when your heart and mind align in coherence, you resonate with a universal intelligence, becoming a conduit for synchronicity. You are not a passive player in a cosmic game, but the game itself, the script, the stage, and the spotlight all in one. Consider Liam, a man who once lived in constant striving, believing he had to earn his place in the world. His days were filled with stress. His reality, a mirror of struggle, missed opportunities, strained health. But Liam embraced the Codex's teachings, shifting his inner state to peace and trust. He began to live as the script, acting with joy rather than effort, trusting the universe's flow. His reality transformed, new opportunities emerged effortlessly. His health improved, and a quiet joy became his default. Liam's story shows that when you embody the script, life becomes a dance of creation, not a battle. The first practice is unconditional peace, the foundation of living as the script. Peace is not a reward for external success, but a choice, a state of being that precedes manifestation. In meditation, enter the eternal, now releasing all conditions. I'll be at peace when I have this. Breathe deeply, feeling your body soften, and declare, I am peace now and always. This practice, rooted in mindfulness traditions like Zen Buddhism, calms your nervous system, aligning you with the universe's harmony. Neuroscience confirms that coherent states reduce cortisol and enhance prefrontal cortex activity, fostering clarity and intuition. By choosing peace, you signal to the quantum field that you are whole, inviting circumstances that reflect this serenity. The second practice is effortless action, the art of creation without struggle. The untrained mind believes effort equals results, but the master knows that inspired action flows from alignment. Each day, ask, what feels joyful and natural to do now? Follow these impulses, writing a note, calling a friend, starting a project without forcing outcomes. This mirrors the Taoist principle of Wu Wei, acting in harmony with the universe's current. Studies on flow states show that effortless action enhances creativity and attracts synchronicities as your subconscious aligns with universal intelligence. A painter named Zara adopted this, creating art from joy rather than pressure. Her work gained recognition organically, reflecting her inner ease. The third practice is playful creation, approaching life as a divine game. The universe is not a serious courtroom, but a canvas for experimentation. In your daily visualization, infuse your scenes with playfulness. Imagine your desires with the curiosity of a child building a sandcastle. Laugh at setbacks, seeing them as plot twists in your epic. In Aboriginal Dreamtime stories, creation is a joyful act, a song sung for delight. Playfulness reduces stress, as psychology shows, and raises your vibration, making you a magnet for miracles. Try small experiments, decree a minor synchronicity, like finding a parking spot, and watch it manifest. This builds faith in your creative power, preparing you for greater acts of manifestation. This chapter is your coronation as the script, the living codex of creation. You are not a seeker, but the source, not a student, but the master. Science, spirituality, and the stories of those who have lived this truth affirm that you are the universe expressing itself. Begin now. Choose unconditional peace, act with effortless joy, create with playful curiosity. The cosmos is your parchment, and every moment is a fresh page awaiting your divine signature. You have journeyed through the 10 verses of the Forbidden Codex, each a sacred key, unlocking the power of your consciousness to shape reality. From the echo of your inner song to the realization that you are the script itself, you have uncovered the truth that the universe is not a distant force, but an intimate reflection of your being. You are not a bystander in a finished world. You are the author, the artist, the magician writing your epic with every thought, feeling, and word. This audiobook has been your initiation, a ritual breaking the seal of illusion and awakening you to your divine creative power. Reflect on the path you've traveled. You learned to hear the echo of your consciousness, tuning the frequencies of thought, belief, and emotion to compose a harmonious song. You wielded the Creator's eye, collapsing infinite possibilities into the reality you choose. You crafted vivid blueprints with the pen of imagination, colored them with the ink of feeling, and sealed them with the word of decree. You broke free from time's tyranny, inscribing glyphs of abundance and forging bonds of love. Finally, you realized that you are not merely the scribe, you are the script, the living embodiment of the universe's creative intelligence. This truth is not new. It is eternal, woven into the fabric of existence. Quantum physics reveals a universe of probabilities, shaped by observation, echoing the Vedantic teaching that consciousness is the sole reality. Neuroscience shows your brain rewires with every intentional thought, mirroring the Buddhist call to mindful awareness. Indigenous wisdom, from the Aboriginal Dreamtime to the Lakota's interconnectedness, affirms that you are one with the web of life. The Forbidden Codex is not a doctrine, but a map guiding you to live these truths in every moment, to see each day as a blank page in the infinite book of your soul. Consider the story of humanity itself, a collective script written by countless consciousnesses. Every breakthrough, from fire to flight, began as a spark in someone's mind, a vision held with faith until it became real. Your life is no different. Every challenge you face is an invitation to create every desire, a call to wield your power. The universe does not judge your choices. It reflects them with impeccable precision. You are free to write a story of struggle, or one of triumph, of fear, or of love. The Codex has given you the tools. Now the pen is in your hand. As you step forward, carry this wisdom with courage. Practice the disciplines. Listen to your inner song. Tune your frequency, direct your gaze. Imagine, vividly feel, deeply speak, boldly. Revise time, inscribe abundance, radiate love, and live as the script. Let each moment be an act of creation, each breath a declaration of your sovereignty. The science of the heart. The insights of mystics and the lives of those who have transformed their realities all point to one truth. You are the author of your world. This is not the end, but a beginning. The Forbidden Codex lives within you, its verses etched in your consciousness, ready to guide you through every chapter of your life. Embrace each day as a fresh page, each challenge as a plot twist, each dream as a story waiting to be told. The universe is listening, its infinite field, poised to echo your song. Break the seal of doubt, step into your power, and write the masterpiece that is your life. Your story begins now. What will you create? Thank you for listening with an open mind and heart. If a certain chapter or insight resonated most with you, share it in the comments. You might help someone else find exactly what they need today. Keep this book saved so you can return to its words whenever life calls for reflection or guidance. I wish you health, peace, and wisdom in every step you take.